Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and we have a new trailer for Thor Love and Thunder, which Chris Hemsworth promised would blow our minds. The bar has been set, but you know the drill. I'm gonna react to it in real time, give you my first impressions of it, cover some of the highlights, and then tomorrow will be my in-depth frame-by-frame Easter egg breakdown. I'm gonna be working through the night for you, because I love you. The kind of love that Thor told me I have to sidle in through the side of the frame, because I love you. That's why I always make direct eye contact, because as Star-Lord said, you must always just look into the eyes of the one you love. And that's me and you, baby. All right, let's take a look. Here we go.
Kids, get your popcorn now. Let me tell you the story of the space Viking, Thor Odinson. He was no ordinary man. He was a god. After saving planet Earth for the 500th time, Thor set off on a new journey.
Someone was removed from that. Beta Ray Bill was there.
He went from dad bod to god bod. And after all that, he reclaimed his title as the one and only Thor. Oh, spoke too soon.
Jane?
His helmet looks so stupid. It looks so great.
The old ex-girlfriend.
What's it been like? 3, 4 years?
8 years, 7 months, and 6 days, give or take.
Am I sensing feelings?
Well, you're right.
The only ones who gods care about is themselves.
Whoa!
So this is my vow.
Holy shit, he looks great.
All gods will die.
Oh my God, he looks amazing.
I just want to say that was very, very impressive what you did back there.
He's just my first bad guy.
You never forget your first.
You
Where
like
is
the
this?
other gods of kill.
The lines of his
fighting
face.
for.
We're doing this like Frank Miller shit. This is great. This movie looks incredible.
Let's see who you are. And take off your disguise.
What is that accent?
And flick.
Oh.
You flicked too hard, damn it!
Should we help him?
And eventually, grape.
I want to be one of those grapes. Woo! Woo! Let's go! So, I am obsessed with the look of Gorr the Godbutcher right now. Choice to introduce him in this trailer in high contrast monochrome. The black and the white making all the lines of his face, his lips, his dead eyes popping off the screen, while at the same time looking so much like Jason Aaron's comics. The only color they give him are just these piercing yellow eyes. I'm telling you, I don't mean to be referencing Frank Miller, another comic book artist. Obviously, he has written so many other things other than this. But the visuals here remind me so much of the high contrast photography of Sin City. It looks so great, and it like devours your soul as you're sucked into this despair with Gorr. I mean, this is like what Voldemort should have looked like. Instead of, them sticking with the description of him having no nose, he looks terrifying. So just so that we're all on the same page, Gorr the Godbutcher is a serial killer who has made it his mission to seek out all deity figures throughout the galaxy and murder them brutally. He lost his family after praying to the gods, and obviously his prayers were not answered. Now, we still don't know fully exactly what Christian Bale's MCU version of Gorr the Godbutcher, what his backstory was. I'm assuming that some celestial event, the cracking open of a planet, that planet's doom, might have been what inspired Gorr's whole crusade. Now, there's this one interesting shot in here with Jane Foster powering up Mjolnir in this interesting hall that's definitely the Living Tribunal on the right there. I want to say that's Red Skull on the left, or it could just be Death, That bald figure next to the Living Tribunal, could that be a Watcher? Could that be Uatu or some other Watcher? Could we be looking at the MCU depictions of Eternity and Infinity? On the Morag Temple in the opening of the Guardians of the Galaxy, there were 4 cosmic entities depicted in that art. surrounded by the Infinity Stones. Those 4 figures were Eternity, Infinity, Death, and Entropy. Those could be the 4 figures depicted here, along with the Living Tribunal on the side. The Living Tribunal, again, the ultimate cosmic authority over all legal matters, just made a cameo in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, as well as Loki. Now, we don't know if these figures will actually show up in this movie, or this is just a location that pays tribute to all of them in statue form. In fact, this could actually be a crypt or some kind of temple within Olympus, which is the pantheon of all the gods. The gods who we actually see face to face here. Russell Crowe as Zeus, who flicks Thor too hard. Yeah, we know what it looks like when you put an L and an I next to each other. Makes a U. I gotta hand it to Russell Crowe. Sounds like he's going for a Greek accent there. Zeus is a Greek god. I love the commitment. And one thing I want to point out about this trailer, I did mention before with Gorr, his sword is called All Black, the Necro Sword. It is an ancient, very important sword to Marvel lore. At least in the comics, it is the sword that was connected to the symbiote deity of Null. Null used this weapon to decapitate the Celestial Nowhere. Here, it doesn't look like a crazy shape-shifting sword. It looks like just a classic medieval broadsword, which I really, really love. I don't need another weird, crazy CGI weapon. Now, it may have some shape-shifting properties that we're just not seeing in this trailer, but for now, it's just the kind of weapon that you could imagine clashing against Stormbreaker or Mjolnir. Now, interesting to note that in this amazing-looking black and white battle, this melee with all these characters, Valkyrie is totally engaging Gorr using one of Zeus's lightning bolts, almost as like a way of saying, maybe assuming Zeus goes down in this movie, his weaponry can still be used by others. And notice how when she's holding it in her left hand, the rest of her body's in black and white. This source of light is what is giving color to this scene. I did not expect to have such a dynamic and bold use of color in this movie. Like, are we looking at something to where the murder of all these gods is what drains color from the universe? Am I overthinking it? I mean, I really hope not. Now, it's not really seen in frame in this trailer, but sitting in the row in front of Valkyrie and Jane, that is Bast. Or Bastet, confirmed by the actor's own casting listing. I made a whole other video explaining how this really connects with Moon Knight and with Black Panther mythology, with Eternals potentially. We're not yet sure if the MCU is gonna say that Bastet of Egyptian mythology and Bast of Wakanda mythology are the same character, but it is worth noting that in the MCU chronology, Wakandan mythology was really the first mythology that existed on the planet Earth. Bashanga consumed the heart-shaped herb in 10,000 BC, which was thousands of years before the Egyptians were on the map with their culture. So it could just be that Wakanda mythology inspired the rest of it, and that Bast and Bastet are in fact the same entity. We don't know that for sure yet. Don't come at me saying I'm getting it wrong. This is all fictional religions, and the MCU is always constantly changing the mythology even from the comics. So we're figuring it out as we're going. So overall, my big impressions, it seems like another funny, scary, horny Thor movie, and I'm here for it. Christian Bale might be the most exciting villain we have seen in this MCU, and I think what's most exciting about it, while they certainly make a lot of visual choices with how they put him on screen, they're not creating a CGI version of him. It's really just makeup and photography. Black and white photography. There's something so classic and simple and elegant and really frightening about seeing this guy's face on screen. The fact that we can see each of the contours of his face as it bends in pain just reminds me so much of seeing Heath Ledger in black and white makeup, you know? Look, I'm gonna spend all night just staring at this, finding things to say about it. But no, seriously, I do have to go back through this frame by frame because there's all kinds of interesting goodies that I can't wait to break down in the breakdown. A reminder that the best way to support New Rockstars is to check out our merch options at newrockstarsmerch.com. If you live in the San Francisco Bay Area, I'm performing improv every other Saturday, including this Saturday, May 28th, with Endgame's Improv at the Stageworks Theater on Valencia Street in the Mission. It's a lot of fun. We have fun. And you can meet me, and we get drinks afterwards. Unless you're weird, or you want to beat me up over a past theory. If that's the case, ignore everything I said. Anyway, stay tuned for the breakdown coming tomorrow. Follow me at Erik Voss on Instagram and Twitter. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars for analysis of everything you love. Thanks for watching. Bye.